everybody, it's Mr. Dipper. Welcome to the show. We are finally live. After weeks and weeks of trying to put together our live streaming package here, it's finally here, and we're so excited to be doing it. So tonight we're going to talk about what it took to get here. And it took a lot. There's a lot of challenges. Of course, these days right now, with most people sheltering in place and the different things, it's made it even more challenging because streaming has become a very, very large, in-demand thing. So before I can get into what it takes to stream, what it is that I had to do, I need to give you just a little bit of background information. Now, for those who are watching, please shout out in the chat. Let me know that you're there. We do this for you guys. We love the community. So go ahead and say hello. Let me know who's out there. But for you to understand, I'm going to give you a little backstory. I started this channel probably about 3 months now, 3.5 months, actually before the coronavirus really started. My wife and I, we do a lot of traveling for work. We're all over the country. We do a lot of cool things. So we decided to start this channel to sort of video our processes, how we make money and what we do for fun and just vacations and just all those cool things that we do. And then March 5th, we were supposed to start an event in South Florida. And we were 5 minutes before the doors opened, and the event got canceled. And of course, well, I did videos about that too. Hey, Lisa, thanks for shouting out. There we go. Let's see here. We're all new to this, so there we go. There's Lisa says hello, and then there's Alyssa as well. All right. So anyway, so things changed, right? And then by the end of that day, the rest of my year canceled, and home we came. So we had to sort of reevaluate what we're doing and how we're doing it. And so I wanted to put a little bit more time into doing YouTube because obviously I have some time on my hands. And so we started creating videos, but I really wanted to stream live. Part of my background is I'm an entertainer. I've been in front of the camera almost my entire life in performing and doing things. And so it's just natural for me to be in front of a camera. And sort of, I miss that a little bit. So this is kind of that creative outlet. So I started looking into streaming. And man, what a headache. Every corner I turned, I ran into brick walls. So let's start off with number one. So the first thing that you need is some kind of camera, obviously, to stream live. And of course, you could use your cell phone with a selfie stick and just shoot yourself that way. Unfortunately, there's very little production quality of that, no entertainment value really. And so you really have one shot at getting an audience. And so I didn't feel that was right. So I needed to look into something a little bit more. So I started doing research, of course, on YouTube, right? And I spent a lot of time watching lots of videos. And in fact, one of the guys that I spend a lot of time watching is Sean Cannell from Think Media. In fact, here I can share the screen with you real fast there, right? There's his site there, right? For any of you new YouTubers out there, you want to learn some stuff, you can go to his page. You can also go... oh my gosh, Pat Flynn, Epos Vox. I watched a lot of videos, but these guys give a lot of great general information. Now, here's what I found out, though. One of the bigger things is these guys have been doing it for a long time. And so they've already had their learning curve. They're already respectfully at the top of their game. And so they're trying to help us come forward in a time where saturation is huge. So I decided I wanted to make a video to help us new YouTubers out. Okay, so let's start with my equipment. All right, so I wanted to stream live. I wanted to use a camera, not just a cell phone. And so my computer is a MacBook Pro, 15-inch. Okay, so I don't have, a big PC or just I've got a laptop, okay, which then also limits some things because of computing power, okay? I wanted to add a second monitor, which you just saw. I went over here. There's my second monitor, and so which takes up a little bit of the computing power. All right, microphones, lighting, just everything becomes into play here. All right. If you went back and watched some of my first videos, you'll see how they were as to what I'm doing now. It's different. And I'm not even where I want to be yet. I'm just getting there, right? I'm just getting going. All right. So I started looking into software, right? Because the first thing is, I have to be able to control the camera. And so the first thing that I did was download something called OBS. It's a free software, which is great. And then it's like, okay, well, I've got a nice Nikon, right? D5100, right? I'm like, oh, I can use this, okay? However, to use a camera like that, you have to have a capture card, right? Something that is an interface in between the camera and the computer, right? So I had to do research on that. So I spent some time researching that. And then I figured, okay, this is what I want. I wanted to get an Elgato Cam Link. And so go to get one. There aren't any. They're all gone. Every single other interface that I went to look at, they're all gone. So no interface. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. How can I stream without an interface? Because I can't put the camera in there, right? By the way, before I go any further, right, I want to present to you my question of the day, right, for those who are out there, right? Are you guys streaming already? If so, what are you using to stream live? All right. Put it in the chat. All right. Let me know. I want to know what you guys are doing too. Again, this is a community we're creating here, right? I want a nice community of YouTubers, new, old, whatever, where we can all help one another out. Anyway, are you streaming live and what are you using? So again, put that in the chat. And thank you for joining the call, the show, I should say. All right. Anyway, so I ran into problems with the capture card. So I'm like, all right, well, is there obviously an app for that? That's usually the next place to go. If you can't get a piece of software or a piece of hardware, is there an app? And there was. There's something called NDI Cam. Okay. And I think it was like $3. It was pretty cheap. So I downloaded that, put it all together, got everything up and running, and it crashed my computer. My CPU went to like 95%, and the fan was running. So I've never heard the fan run so loud. I thought it was going to take off. So that didn't work. Back to square one. So during all of this, I was researching lighting and equipment and just all the other things that we need. And as you can see, I got a little lighting back there. And again, if you've watched some of my first videos, I was sitting on the other side of the office and just shooting right into the backdrop there. And it just didn't create any depth of field. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to use my camera, my DSLR, is to create a little depth of field. I want a nice crisp picture, right? And this is some of the things, if you watch some of these other people out there, the pictures are amazing. Well, they're using DSLRs or mirrorless cameras. They're not using their cell phones. They're not using webcams, all right? They're using mirrorless cameras, okay? And that's what I wanted to do. But I can't buy another one. I got to make this one work. Anyway, so since it wasn't working, like I said, I downloaded that NDI cam for my phone, and we're just going to have to use the phone when it crashed the computer. So back to the beginning. Now, since I've ordered all this other stuff I talk about, I'm still waiting for it to come in. I'm still waiting for the lighting. I'm still waiting for different things. So I've had to dig around my house and the boxes and the attic and find everything that I could to try to put something together. So more research, more research, more research, more videos. So then I came across, again, watching a video, a piece of software called Ecamm Live, which ultimately is what I'm using now. Thank God for Ecamm Live. Oh, no. Here we go. Yeah, my first show. There's bugs. Woo! Thank you for Ecamm Live. Anyway, let's try that again. Thanks for Ecamm Live. All right, so All right. So I downloaded that. It is a Mac-only piece of software. I'm like, okay, that's perfect. All right. Free trial for 90 days. I'm sorry. It's only 2 weeks. Free trial for 2 weeks. But I'm like, that's okay. We'll try it for a couple. We're going to use this thing. And the best part was I can plug everything directly into the computer without an interface. I don't need that cam link, right? I can plug it right in. I'm like, heck yeah. So I download everything I need to download. I get it all ready. I plug it all in. Again, if anybody's had these kind of troubles and problems, let me know, all right? When you watch people on YouTube talking about things, they never seem to talk about this stuff. I'm going to talk about this stuff, all right? Because I know we all go through it, all right? Now, so I get everything plugged up, and I'm testing, and I'm working, and the mirrorless camera, the Nikon, again, is working great. Obviously, you see I'm not using it, so it didn't last. It would work for a few minutes and then stop, and then work for a few minutes and stop, and then work for a few minutes and stop. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm going to need an interface for it. Even though the software's supposed to work without it, it's just not with that particular camera. So we have to wait for the interfaces to come back into stock, which who knows when that's going to be. So we're back to the cell phone, which is what I'm using now. There's my iPhone 8 right there. Okay. So again, anyone else joining the show here, please shout out in chat. Let me know that you're there. We want to say hello and recognize you for joining the show. All right. So we tried out the camera. It didn't work. All right. So we're back to that cell phone. Now we have to deal with microphones. So when I ordered a bunch of stuff, one of it was a little shotgun mic that I can put with the camera, whether it's the Nikon or my cell phone. And I have this cool little mount. I think it comes from Ukanzi. Again, something that I got from a little hints from my buddy here, Sean Cannell at Think Media, right? So it was he's got a video, and if you want, I guess I can put the link down in the description when we're done here. It's like what you need. It's all under like $20, right? So I got a little shotgun mic for $20. I got some light. I got a couple lights for $20, and I got this cool mount, right? So the mount has come in, but the lights and the microphone are still not in, right? I'm like, oh God, and it's because of the coronavirus. Everything's delayed. So when I first started before the coronavirus, I had ordered, and it's all wrapped up. So let's see here. Let's unwrap it. I had ordered this, right? Snowball from Yeti. So it's not as close as I would like it, but it's at least working. So look, Sean's favorite phrase, creators create. And that's what we're doing. All right. But I did at least want to have a little bit of production value to some of this, right? Just not on my camera. So anyway, so the lights are going to come in another week or so. The microphone's supposed to be in another week or so. And everything else is here. Now it came time for show flow. And again, watching all these guys, they're all mostly using something called the Elgato Stream Deck. The Elgato Stream Deck. Right? So there's 3 versions of it. There's a 6 key, a 15 key, and a 32 key. Anywhere from $100 to $250. And what's great is it's just a push button, right? Like when I went to do the applause, if you notice, I had to look down because I use my mouse with the little applause button on my computer. What's great about the Elgato Stream Deck is I just have to push a button, all right? In fact, if you guys are watching the chat, I can just hit that button and send a little message into chat. Let's see if it comes up there. It's a little bit of a delay, all right? Or when I'm changing screens, right, to change the screens, right, I just have to hit the little button. It's so simple, guys, right? Oh, there's the chat. They just came up. A little bit of a delay. Right? Even my little intro and outro. All right? So I had to get one of those. Again, back order. Oh my God. It's just, it's like toilet paper. Why can't we buy toilet paper? What's up with the toilet paper? I don't get it. It's the same thing with all the streaming gear, right? You can't get it right now. all the look, again, because of the coronavirus, people sheltering in place and all these different things at churches. I mean, every church in the world, I think, is streaming now to their people, and so all the equipment is gone. So I managed to, I don't know how I found it. I did find one. So I bought the Stream Deck yesterday. So I go and pick it up. Curbside, right? It's great. You don't even have to get out of your car anymore. Just pull up. Somebody walks up to the window. They stay far away. You say, hey, my name is, and they walk into the store, get your stuff, and come out and bring it to you. Anyway, so curbside, love it. So I got the Stream Deck. So now I got to learn all of that. All right. So we got that going. All right. And that's pretty fun. So, and at the same time, I'm like, now, wait a minute. I wonder if they have an app, right? The Stream Deck was $150, right? It's like the biggest thing I had to buy, right? Because I had to do all this for under $200, right? That's all I had, $200. So the Stream Deck was like $150. I'm like, you know what? Let's see if there's an app. Of course, I've already bought it. So last night, I looked around, and of course, there's an app. And that is what I'm using. I'm using it on my iPad, right? I don't actually even need the Stream Deck. Right? The actual physical Stream Deck that came in the box. You know, the thing that looks like that. I just use it right on my iPad. I can actually use it on my phone as well, but unfortunately my phone is my camera right now. And I had to download a piece of software to still use it called Shoot, and it's backwards, and it flipped, and anyway. We can go over that another day too if you want. Excuse me. Anyway, so I'm going to return that because I can use it on my iPad, and it cost me like $25 a year as opposed to the $150. So I can return that and get my $150. Now, of course, after 6 years, that would have paid for itself, but technology changes. There's going to be something better out 2 or 3 years from now. So I just cancel the subscription and use something better. Okay? So that's been our journey. We are finally here right now, live after all of that. Now, let's cover a couple of other fun things that I didn't really talk about yet. Okay? I talked about production value. Right? When we first started, I ran this thing here before we came live. Show intro, right? All right? So, a lot of that had to be created in Photoshop. Okay? And then there was music that I had to pay for licensing and all that stuff, which I have a subscription to, Epidemic Sound. How appropriately, Epidemic. Anyway. I didn't know how to do any of this 2 months ago, guys. None of this, right? I did have Final Cut Pro editing software already because of my show that I have. We've done some video editing. Now, I've not done the editing, but I still have the software, so I could tweak this or add this word to it or something like that. But I didn't know how to edit. So I had to teach myself how to edit videos. I had to teach myself how to do Photoshop. I've had to teach myself how to stream. I've had to teach myself how to do the Elgato Stream Deck. All this stuff that we're talking about, lighting and this, and there's tutorials and there's some things online, but it's not as descriptive as it needs to be. Right? A lot of it is just surface. And so that's one of the things that I hope to change with my YouTube channel. Okay? Over the next days to weeks to months, I hope to cover in more depth things like this. Now that means some of the videos are going to be longer, right? Some of you people like to watch 3, 4, 5 minute videos. If you want to learn how to do something, it takes more than 5 minutes, right? Anyway, but we'll try to move, like a couple of yesterday, I uploaded a video for a company called PageWise. I didn't load it for them. I loaded it for me. It's a website for web design. All right. It's like Wix, but like 3 million times better and easier. Okay. Wix is great. Don't get me wrong, but there's like literally 1 million or more options. It is so confusing, right? PageWise, again, I'll link the thing down, or just go watch my other video. Okay, it's the one I posted last. You can have a website up and running in minutes, right? It is so simple. And so I did a video kind of covering all of that. I'm going to do a whole series breaking it down step by step to be a little bit more detailed so that it's even easier for people. Okay? Anyway, so that's what our channel is going to be about. Again, for those who are joining the show here, leave a chat down there. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, please like and subscribe, right? Leave a comment. Right, this is how we grow here. It's all about community. It's why we do this. Reach out, a little bit of a connection. Right, I'm sitting in my office right here talking to my camera, but through the power of streaming in the chat, we're all connected still. Right, so let's see here. Let's type a little something in there. There we go. All right, guys. So again, this has been my very first live stream. I just wanted to go over a little bit of what it took to get here. I'm going to cover each of these things more in detail. I'm going to do a tutorial on Ecamm Live. I'm going to do a tutorial on the Stream Deck, and even go over some of the other equipment that we have. Eventually, my lights will come in. My microphone will come in, so it'll sound a little bit better. Though I think it sounds pretty good with the Blue Yeti. The Snowball, I should say, sitting down here. But the shotgun mic will sit right there, right? So it's going to be even closer, so it should sound a little bit better. We're going to do some website design. We're going to go into some sales. We're going to do all kinds of things, and we're going to do it via streaming, all right? We're going to do it live, right? No editing, but there'll be some fun production value to it too, all right? And I'm going to continue to grow with this equipment, and I hope that we all grow together. And as I said, that is the purpose of this channel and why I wanted to stream. I want to connect with all you new YouTubers out there. Old as well is fine, right? But let's take this journey together, right? We don't have to be separate. Yes, we are separate, but through the power of technology, we can be together. So guys, again, if you have any questions, remember the question of the day, right? Are you streaming live already? And if so, what are you using to stream live? Right, we've gone over the things that I'm using, right? I'm using Ecamm Live for the software. I'm using my iPhone 8 as a camera because I couldn't find an interface to use my nice Nikon, right? D5100, right? We're probably going to go with a Canon E50 or one of the D7s or something later. But for now, I'm trying to use what I have. Oh, by the way, I also have a GoPro, right? GoPro 7 Black, right? But again, need an interface. Right? So I have the stuff to do it, but just a few of the little missing pieces. And so one of Sean's favorite phrases, Sean Cannell from Think Media, again, creators create, right? Got to get out there and do it, right? It's not going to be good. It's going to be ugly, right? But it can only get better by doing it. And so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to continue to do it. We're going to be here every day streaming for you guys. Well, 5 days a week. Got to take a little bit of time. All right. And we'll still put some other videos up from time to time too. But I like it in a live environment. In fact, if you've watched any of my videos, most of them are all live anyway. I would set up 3 cameras and I'll talk to this one, then I talk to this one, then I talk to this one. And then when I put it all in the editing software, I just tie it all together and put some sounds in there. I can do that all here with the Stream Deck now. All right. Which is awesome. So again, please, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you watching our very first live stream. We are going to say goodnight. We appreciate you. Stay safe. All right? Stay safe.